is easy with Americans and Canadians. Both of these nationalities are dealing with levels of violence, political strife, taxation, and government oversight that are increasing by the day. And neither of them have long-term residency options outside of their own country. And they get it. They all see the need for Plan B options. But what about Europeans? How do you convince a Dutch entrepreneur or a German online marketeer with a long-term residency option in any other country? Well, it's actually really not as difficult as you might think. Hi, my name is Zach Eekhout and I'm the owner of Emifast, and we help entrepreneurs from all over the world with lowering their tax burden, opening bank accounts abroad, obtaining residency and/or citizenships, and helping them with their global investment. Europeans, like Americans and Canadians or anyone outside of the Schengen zone countries, needs options. And in some ways they need a Plan B more than anyone else. Most Europeans have a false sense of security when they look at the fact that they can travel freely, live and work in any Schengen country. But how different are any of these countries when it comes to formulating a Plan B strategy? Every one of the Schengen countries is what at Emifast considered a high-tax jurisdiction. What's the point of leaving the Netherlands, where you will pay 50% of your income in taxes, to go to a place like France, where you also pay 40% of income tax? What is actually the deal? A Central European isn't really any better off from political or cultural aspect either. Is Italy actually way more woke or less woke than Belgium? No. And in many ways the EU is much like the US in that all member states operate more or less actually the same. In order to escape this, a Central European needs a Plan B just as much as someone from North or South America. And proximity shouldn't be an issue. Just like we set up many of our US-based clients with a Plan B option in the Caribbean, Mexico, and Central and South America, Europeans have a lot of different options with a high lifestyle and low taxes actually not too far away. Let's say the Balkans, Eastern Europe, or even Dubai. For the truly adventurous or those with a love of spicy foods, there are always options in Southeast Asia and Thailand. But you don't really have to travel that far to obtain a level of Plan B safety. And here is a case in point. We have a client who started an online shopping business in the Netherlands. He worked hard, he did well and was rewarded. And he was asked to give 50% of his income to the Dutch government in the form of taxes. So he wanted a Plan B. So without changing his Dutch citizenship and his passport, we managed to reincorporate his business in a low-tax jurisdiction, diversify his income streams with some targeted real estate investment in Eastern Europe countries, and we helped him with additional residencies through real estate investment. Now he pays a fraction of what he used to pay in taxes, has a much more stable and diversified income stream, and has Plan B residency options in the event he no longer agrees with Dutch political policies or culture. And that's how a Plan B should work. The biggest enemy to pursuing options is a false sense of security. And I felt it. When I lived in Belgium, I had the feeling that as long as I could travel through Europe, I had more than enough options. It wasn't until I truly diversified my business and my life, and then I actually realized which kind of false sense of security I was under. So now I realize the true meaning of having a Plan B. I'm no longer bound by tax policies, political positions, or cultural movement of any country or more countries. I have options, and with those options, I have freedom. We'll continue to work with our US and Canadian clients on an easy Plan B options in places like Mexico, Panama, and even Colombia. We'll continue to look at places like El Salvador for our crypto investors and Argentina or St. Kitts for our US-based retirees. But for our Central European clients, we want to encourage you to not fall into the trap of thinking that you're safe because you're a citizen of a Schengen country. And that false sense of safety could be the thing you end up regretting.